So if you're like me and you don't have the biggest of gardens, then you might find this video helpful, because today I'm going to show you some of the ways that you can make the most of your small space. So one of the ways that you can make most of your small space is by going vertical. So this is made out of some recycled wood, and it's a strawberry planter, so we've got strawberries in containers on it. And this makes the most of vertical space. And it's also good because when you water the top strawberries, all the water goes down in layers, so hardly any water is wasted. So another way that you can get the most out of your small space is by getting the most nutrients out of your soil for your plants as you can. So one of the great ways of doing this is by going no dig. So you just put thick mulches of compost or composted manure onto your soil, and this adds loads of nutrients, and also it just adds loads of everything that the plant needs for the soil, and it also retains moisture, so it saves you money, time, and gets you more food out of your soil. So that's one of the other reasons and other ways that you can get the most out of your small garden. So another great way of making the most of your space is by fitting more into the space that you have. So what you can do is you can multi-sow some vegetables. For example, you've got beetroot, leeks, and there's many others that you can multi-sow. And what you do then is, say you have 4 beetroot in one clump, when you come to pick them, you pick the biggest ones out, and then you leave the other ones to grow. Or same with leeks, you always pick the biggest ones, because then you leave the other ones to grow bigger. So the next way that you can get more out of your space is you can use containers. So if you haven't watched the video of me potting up these containers, then click up here. So these are potatoes. If you watch the video, you'll know. And I'm trying this year to plant more potatoes in containers to save my bed space, and also because I think it'll be easier to harvest, and apparently, according to some other people, you get more potatoes out of it. And you can also move the containers around to where there's most sun in the day. So if you've got a shaded spot and it's only got some sun for a certain part of the day, you can move it to other parts of the garden throughout the day to make sure that your plants in your containers get all the light that they need. So that's why my other reason is growing in containers. And you can control most things about them. So as I said, you can control the light that they get, and you can also control the medium that you have. So I've got some compost in here, and you can control what kind of soil it has. So no matter what your soil in your ground is like, whatever's in your containers will still do really well. So another reason or way that you can get more thing out of your small space, more harvest, is you can use things like kale or beans and the legumes, things that you can get several harvests out of, such as kale. So I've been harvesting from this and getting food from this since about August last year, and it's currently about end of April. So, and you can also get a lot of different things from it. So like I've got flower heads here that you can use as broccoli. You've got the leaves that you use early on. So things like this are just a great source of food and way of using your small space. So the last thing to stop you getting less harvest from having a small space is to stop pests from ruining your garden. So one of the main pests is slugs and snails. And what you can do for slugs is there's some things like beer traps you can do. There are organic slug pellets, but I would try and stay away from them. Or you can have ducks. Now I don't really have enough space for ducks here, or I wouldn't want to get ducks here because they might ruin the garden. But you can, with the slugs, what you can do is you can do a slug patrol, which is something that I do in the summer, which is when it's on a warm, maybe quite a damp evening, you go out and you look underneath the pots and containers, and you take the slugs and you can take them and then you dispose of them however you want. Or things like aphids and stuff you can do. There's some things you can do where you use soapy water and spray them off, but I don't really get too much of a problem with aphids here. There'll be more information on how to deal with pests in your garden for one of my next videos, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the bell to make sure you know when that video comes out. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned something about how you can get more food out of your small growing space. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the little bell next to it to make sure you get notified whenever I upload. And also please like and comment on this video. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.